How come we can't do live stream? How come we can't do green screen anymore? That's not too good. It was good when you could do green screen. It was dead good. Also, hi everybody. Oh, I should have done screen share. Can you guys hear me, by the way? It's just that I'm using my headphones and I'm not sure if you're able to hear me. So just let me know if you can hear me, because I have no idea, given the fact that I'm using headphones. I brought my headphones out just in case I had to do a call. So just let me know if you can hear me, because I have no idea. Because I've got my headphones on, so I'm not sure. I don't think I need to buy anything. Bye. Bye-bye. Oh wait, is that who I think it is? Let's go. It is all. Hi. Can you hear me? I'm not sure. Someone could trip over that if you don't see it. It's there in the dark. I had to rescue someone from almost tripping up over it yesterday, you know. Because it was in the dark and I saw it last minute. So I yanked his arm out of the way. I yanked him out of the way. I saved life. Yanked it out of the way. I saved his life. Same when he almost went in the pool. Hey, Dean. Yes. This is always dark now. Does he still live here? Is he gone? Like, that is so weird. I know someone called Taylor Zane, and that name sounds really similar to it. In reverse. I saved his life. Right, I got a story for you today. When I get home, I might show you my big, fat, sexy belly. But right now, I can't, because obviously I'm out and it's freezing. So just let me know if you can hear me. No idea if you can. But I have a story for you, if you can hear me. Mew. No one's confirming yet, so I don't know. I still don't know. Oh, loud and clear, that's good. Okay. That's good. Maybe there's a delay. I got this coffee, it didn't even taste that nice. I wish they'd bring back the Lavazza one at the co-op. Okay. So we're gonna go to that place that I discovered last time. There's someone behind. Oh no. This is one of them jigsaw homes. I thought maybe I'd be placed here. I don't want to be placed here. But this leads to that place. So I have a story for you. It's a story that I've been putting off for years now. And it's something that happened. And it's someone that I met like on here, I guess. Kind of started on here. So I actually met a lot of my friends on here, on YouTube, through doing live stream stuff, which has been really cool. But this particular person, I never really got to like tell the story because obviously they watched the thing, you know, they watched the live stream and everything. I'm not sure if Dean knows him, but a lot of the regulars will have known him because he was a regular on my live streams. But I'm not going to mention any names or nothing. But I have to tell the story because it's been years and, you know, it's something that happened. And to be honest with you, if they're still watching this stream after all these years, probably to see if I would talk about it. But perhaps they've given up by now. But perhaps not. Maybe they're that much of a stalker that they continued after all these years watching my stream. And if they are still watching the stream, then I don't really mind if they hear this because it's something I've never gotten to even tell them about. You know, like, it never got talked out properly. You know, like when you have a conflict and you talk it out. I never got a chance to talk it out properly with them. So, but if they are watching this, and I am admitting that I don't mind if they hear this, I also want to let them know that I'm not after being back in touch. I don't want to be in touch with them again. Like, I'm done with that person. But seeing as how I never actually got to like have it out with them properly, I don't mind if they hear, because they need to know this anyway. But if they don't, if they're not watching my streams or whatever, then that's also fine. So basically what I'm saying is it's fine either way. I'm not fussed whether or not they are watching this still after all these years and are hearing it after we fell out. So here goes. So I met this guy via YouTube many years ago, maybe 5 years ago roughly, and he did like stuff. We became friends, we met up, hung out a few times. It was fun, but I suspected that he wanted more than just being friends. He wanted to actually date me, and the more and more I kind of spent time with him and talked to him, it became evident that he was kind of like claiming me as his own. It's like because he knew about my situation, like with my mum and everything, and he knew that I was isolated, like that I had no friends and stuff at the time, because I'd met everybody roughly at the same time, like 5 years ago. I met everybody that I know now 5 years ago. So before that, before I met this guy, I didn't really have anyone else. Oh, pretty! Woohoo, it's so beautiful! So, I guess he took it upon himself to kind of be my rescuer. And he kind of got himself a little bit of a hero complex. Like a rescuer complex, like maybe like a white knight type thing, where they think that because you've got no one else, if they're nice to you, you will owe them whatever it is that they desire. So if they desire to be your boyfriend or whatever, then you will quite happily date them because they've done all these nice things for you and they've spent money on you and all this kind of jazz. You know the thing. Like, you've probably heard this kind of story many times before on the internet, and it's usually, they usually get referred to as white knights, incels, neckbeards, nice, like r/nice guys. But I don't know which of these he would come under. Yeah, here's a nice Christmas light. So, yeah. So he did all this nice stuff for me. He took me places, he bought me stuff, he paid for my groceries, and so on and so forth. But I could never be out for too long, because that was back in the day when my mum expected me to only go out for like a couple of hours max, because that was how long it took to do a grocery shop. And then with eating on top of that, it might take maybe max 3 hours, because she always knew that it took me like an hour to eat and then 2 hours for shopping. So if it went beyond that, which sometimes it often did, she would start grumbling at me. So we could never really do much or go very far. But I started going to the local town with this guy, and then we'd go to the supermarket afterwards. Or sometimes just go to the supermarket and eat, and just do that. And some other stuff. Like talking again. Because he lived so far away, he had to sometimes spend nights here. Like, not obviously at our house, but just in the area. And then I'm trying to think if anything happened before this, but I remember this one time we were supposed to meet up in the cafe or something, but he didn't come in the cafe. He just stayed outside in his car. So I kind of confronted him and said we were supposed to meet up like in the actual shop, in the cafe. And you know what, he just turned around and went, I know. Like, he just suddenly stopped and turned to me and said, I know, in this very abrupt voice. And it's like, okay, so why didn't you then? Like, why didn't you meet me? But because of his tone and the way he abruptly turned and said, I know, it's like I didn't even bother asking him, well, why didn't you? Because it seemed very aggressive. So I just changed the subject. Even though I should have just confronted him, I should have said, like, why didn't you do it? And then, like, whenever he touched me, it would make, like, on my back, obviously, like, not touching it in an appropriate way, but, like, in just, like, my shoulders or my back. He liked to herd me. So if we were walking together, he would kind of go kind of behind me, and he would put his hand on my back as if he was kind of trying to push me forward to herd me or whatever, like to, I don't know, guide me in any one direction or to go forward. So all of this seemed kind of controlling behavior and toxic behavior when he suddenly abruptly stopped, turned around and said, I know, to me in that tone. So those are a couple of like things. And then the biggest one that he did, which he never, like I say, we never really had it out, and this is what ultimately ended our friendship, is that he started, like, it was clear he was very into me. Like, that's very important to note, that he was obviously hoping that with all his kindness and all of this stuff, that I would end up like seeing him as this wonderful guy, or he's done all this stuff for me, and start seeing him in a romantic, loving light. And, well, I didn't. I never felt that way about him. And there's always a reason why you don't feel that way. And all legitimate reasons. I have a feeling that I just didn't feel that way because I could sense there was something up. Everybody else even said that he was handsome and that we would make a nice couple. A lot of people assumed we were a couple, and if I told them we're not, they'd kind of say that he's very handsome and that we would make a great couple. And so I would say he's not really my type, and they'd say, well, he seems like he would be a type. And it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of agree, but there was something about him, I don't know, kind of gave me creepy vibes. I think it was that he was kind of trying to, this way, but he was clearly just after something, or trying to control my life. Like, I'm your everything, because, you have nobody else and you've been treated poorly by your mum, so I'm here to kind of rescue you, and you know, I'm like the light in your life, the only one in your life. You know, in a relationship with me, that sort of thing. So I had a feeling that that's what it was about. And whether it's that reason or other reasons or multiple reasons. So when it became, and I actually did tell him whatever, he turned to my other friend that I also met at the same time, and he was there with me. He now travelled all that way to see my friend, just the two of them, whereas before he would deliberately go to her in order to bring her here so that me and her could speak. But now he was actually deliberately doing it in order to just see her and not me. And they spent time together and she was fine with it and all, as friends. Play for her, she started to get creeped out. So it was clear that even she wasn't interested in him, and she got kind of creepy vibes from him as well. And as soon as she was single, he made a play for her, but she wasn't interested, and she confided in me. And I said, like, I knew he was going to do something like this, because she said she had this feeling as well. Like, we both had this feeling, but we also both had the feeling that he was kind of creepy. Old car, that's cool. And these modern cars. Anyway, so before that happened, he and this friend spent time with me for my birthday that year. And we went out and did something with another friend. And we went swimming. And we ended up like in the changing area at the end of the swim, which was a lot of fun, by the way. But he started spying on us in the what's it called? I call them lockers, but they're not lockers. Like the changing cubicles. It turns out there was gaps in the changing cubicles, and he was actively spying on us. And I caught him. I could see his eye, like just peeking in through the crack, through the little slit. And I pointed it out to everyone so that we could change. And he was like, I didn't know this at the time, but he was spying on us in there too. But I didn't catch him this time. But he admitted it later that he was spying on us. I didn't catch him this time, but I caught him before when I was in another changing room. And the same with our other friend. The other friend also caught him looking into the changing room. So, can you guys still hear me? More Christmas lights. Good. So, excuse me, full of catarrh again. So, after that, for some reason, he kept knocking on the door. And he pushed the door. And my friend that was there with me, for some reason, opened the door while I was on full display. And it's like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, she could see that I was still naked, well, half naked, and she fucking opened the door and he saw me. Like, he was right there opposite, and as the door opened, he was like right opposite me, so he could see. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? It was just so weird. But later on, we drove off. He started driving around the houses because he clearly didn't know where he was going. He just said he wanted to get away from that other guy that was with us, and he pushed him away. He said he's not being allowed in the car, And he tried to make out this other guy was the creep, and it was the other guy that was spying on us in the cubicles, not him. But that guy did not do anything at all. Like, he didn't do anything wrong at all, but he was like accusing him of like spying on us. That guy did turn out to be a creep, by the way, just so you know. But in that moment, he was innocent. He didn't do anything wrong at that point. He wasn't spying on us. And it was actually this guy, the guy in the story, like the main guy in the story. It was him, like, he actually admitted that he had seen me and my friend in the cubicle naked. Like, fucking, they saw that because he was looking through the slit, the crack in the cubicle. It's like, this absolutely disgusting. And because, like, when he admitted it, he turned his head away. And I said, what you, because he kept going on about how he was there, the other guy, that the other guy was fucking doing that. So it made it sound like both him and the other guy were both looking in on us. But then he said no. He said he was looking in on us. But then when I said, oh, you and him were bloody looking at us, just staring at us through the crack in the cubicle. And then he changed his story to no, just him. Only he was spying. So he changed his story like 3 times. First saying that, we'll call him Jay. Jay was looking through, well, not looking through the crack, but just, I don't know. He was looking in on us somehow. Like, just hanging around the cubicle, our cubicle, trying to look in. But then he admitted that he himself looked through the crack of the cubicle and saw us naked. And then when I raised my voice and said, what, you and him were just bloody staring at us through the cubicle? And he said, no, just him. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's not what you said. You said, oh, I said that. That's what he said. He said it just like that. Oh, shut up, fucking dog. Disgusting little rat. Yeah, that's what happened. So that's like part of the story. So he admitted that he was a creep. For some reason, my friend didn't get up in arms that he was spying on us, and actually admitted that he was spying on us. Hey, check this out. Makes it look like there's a pool in there. You're dead disappointed when you go in there. There's no pool to swim in. Boo. So that is number 1, like the biggest thing that he did. So far I told you guys about, let's recap for the newcomer. Say what? Someone was spying on you. That's insane. Oh, he did more than spy. The first thing he did was get aggressive with me when I confronted him about the fact that he didn't meet me in a cafe. I said, you're supposed to meet me in the cafe. And he said, oh no. And he turned abruptly to say this. And it's like, well, why didn't you come in the cafe then? Instead, he just stayed out in his car waiting for me instead of coming into the cafe. But the way he said it so abruptly and aggressively, I kind of thought, oh, you know, this doesn't seem good. So I just left it. I changed the subject, right? And then the next thing he did was he excluded my friend that was coming with us for my birthday. But he did all of this behind my back so I wouldn't see it going on. And he was herding like me and my friend out of the place. And then he was spying on us in the cubicle. All of us. He spied on all of us while we were trying to get changed in the cubicle. This was a person who I met on YouTube that was trying to like ingratiate himself towards me and wean himself into my life so that he could be my knight in shining armor and rescue me. But then it turns out that he's only doing that to, you know, like become my boyfriend or whatever, you know, that sort of thing. like doing all these nice things for me just so that he can, so I will think of him in a romantic way and be like, oh, he's rescued me, oh, he's done all these nice things for me, I owe him my life, I owe him my body. You know, it was like one of those kind of people. And it's like, I'm not even going to call that person stupid, because that would just be an insult to the word stupid. It would be an insult to actual stupid people though, wouldn't it? Because even stupid people aren't that insane, right? Stupid people are just stupid, you know? They're not like clinically insane like this person. Anyway, so I don't want to say too much about that, like insults or anything, because, you know, I think he still watches this. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to draw him out. Like, I've been quiet all these years. I suspect he doesn't watch my stream anymore, but if he does, I'm just saying all of this to say why he was a shit, because we never really had it out. Like, I never confronted him about it at the time, and I still don't want to now. Like, I want nothing to do with him. I'm literally just saying this, that if he does happen to see it, then, you know, he kind of knows, because he clearly doesn't know what he did at the time, or even now, because he's been trying to get in touch with me. Like, I think it was last year or the year before he tried to get in touch again. So I'm not trying, like I say, I'm not trying to, I don't want to be involved with him ever again. It's just, oh, bloody hell, turn off. I pressed the off button. Sorry about that. Hope it doesn't screw up the live stream. So I know it has done that before, where I've accidentally turned it off and it screwed up the live stream and it keeps going, oh, not connected. Anyway, so yeah, that happened. And then the next thing that he did is there's like some people just like fucking follow. I've seen them like 3 times now. I don't know, these people have like passed me 3 times now, and now they're following me. That's nice. Anyway, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else before I get to the final boss of what he did that, you know, has like made it so that we all unfriend him, like just cut contact with him and get rid of him from our lives. So I'm hoping that I haven't missed anything off, but if there is anything else, I'll say it after this. But I'm just going to tell you about the worst bit now, like the very end, the thing that made us all cut him out of our lives. I will, don't worry. Cool. So, let's see. So, when, so I said that he was hitting on my friend. After he was trying to get with me all this time by being nice to me and doing all these nice things for me. But now he was trying to weed his way into my friend's life and get closer to her, and then like try and get her to be with him. And it's like, oh, that's very nice, isn't it? So he's not getting anywhere with me, so he's now turned to my friend, who's the only other like available female in his life. So it's just like whoever's available, you know, that's who he tries to get with, kind of thing. That's how it seemed. So I'm just trying to see if those people are still behind me. Are they? Oh good, they're not. Phew! Nobody there, that's cool. I wasn't sure. He's probably the type of person who would somehow set water on fire if you left him alone. So he tried to get with because I guess he didn't have much luck with females and stuff and relationships, so he was trying to get with her. And then basically I wasn't happy with this, because thanks to, like, he was our ride, like he was the only way that my friend at the time could get to me was via him and his car. So he would go to her, pick her up, bring her here, so we could hang out. And the idea was, we'd made this arrangement since that birthday that we'd see each other every month. That he would bring her here every month, so I didn't have to just wait for birthdays for us all to hang out. But thanks to him hitting on her when he went to stay with her, like, he did all this stuff. I don't know what he did specifically, but I know he did some stuff that she wasn't happy with. Trying to be kind of subtle. She wasn't having any of it. So, the hell is that? Something bobbing up and down in the window. And then she didn't take it well. So we hadn't fallen out at this point, right? We hadn't fallen out at this point. But she said she wants space. She doesn't feel comfortable being in the same car as him. So she told him to give her space. And then they end up arguing with the other friend, and he said that, you know, well, I didn't rape her or anything, so, oh yeah, points for me because I didn't rape her, sort of thing. He said, I could have raped her, but I didn't. And that just, oh my God, that absolutely set her off. And she said, you know what, never contact any of us ever again. Because it was her, she was the one that was in touch with him through this altercation, you see. I wasn't. Like, I was kind of also distancing myself, because he started saying, no wonder your mum treats you the way you do, because you don't do as you're told. So no wonder she treats you like shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he even called me selfish. But I didn't say anything. Like, I wasn't dealing with him then. I just completely, like, distanced myself from him. I wasn't talking to him. I think I blocked him anyway. Or maybe I didn't block him at that point, because it was actually our other friend that was in touch with him. She was the one who was like giving him what for and in touch, like, properly with him. So she's the one who says never contact any of us again. All of us. Like, he just treated all of us individually quite badly. Like, even after my friend said she wasn't interested, he still continued to be a creep with her. And before that, she was quite willing to still be his friend and for him to still be in our lives. But then after he said what he said, it was like, no, absolutely no way. Like, don't ever contact us ever again, any of us. That's what she said. And I didn't ever have contact with him, so I never got to tell him my piece. I never got to give him my piece of the peace of mind. A piece of my mind. Because, you know, so I never got that closure, so that's why I'm doing it now. And it's taken me this long because he still continued to watch my live stream. And I don't know, I just wanted to distance myself, and I thought if I start talking about him on the stream, he's probably gonna go apeshit. So I've waited until now and it's all like settled to talk about this. And even if he's still watching to this day, you know, I guess he needs to hear this, but I want to let him know that I don't, just because I'm talking about this now, doesn't mean to say I want anything to do with him. I don't. I really fucking don't. So, I'm sorry, this is gonna sound horrible, but the thing that I had the problem, before all of that altercation happened, the thing I had the problem with the most at the time was that because of all of this, thanks to him doing what, because I warned him not to do it, right? I warned him not to hit on my friend, but he went ahead and fucking did it anyway. And thanks to him doing that, my friend didn't want, she wanted to distance herself from him, and she said she didn't feel comfortable being alone with him in his car like they were doing before when he would go pick her up and bring her here. So thanks to that, I didn't get to see her, and I wasn't going to get to have my monthly visits from them both anymore, thanks to that. Now that might have sounded a bit selfish on my part, but I was pissed because, you know, this was something I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to, you know, having people to hang around with, having my own little group. And thanks to him, I wasn't going to get to have that. But then obviously all that other stuff happened, and that was disgusting. I mean, we wouldn't want anything to do with him anyway, but he was like our only ticket to us all like hanging out and stuff. And he was the only way I was going to get to see my friend as well. Just keep yourself safe, you guys. Sounds like a psycho. It was. And then like I say, last year or the year before, I can't remember which, he actually did get in contact for the first time in all these years, and he just said, "Hey, how are you?" I just said good, and that's it. And he never replied. And then after that, he sent me a money request on PayPal. I can't remember how much it was, but it was a very, very large amount. And I'm assuming that he calculated, you know, like how much he spent on me. And then that was the amount that he wanted back. And it's like, I'm not giving him that back. And I actually said it on live stream at the time that I don't, you know, I'm not giving it back because like that was a gift at the time. And I didn't have that money to give back anyway anymore. Like, he spent all that money on me because I literally didn't have any money. I literally didn't have the money. So that's why I, you know, don't have that money, because I didn't have that money back then. What makes him think I still have that money now? Have I suddenly become like rich? Like, even now, doing all what I'm doing now, all the stuff I'm doing now with YouTube, I'm still barely making ahead. Like, you know, all this money that I'm getting from YouTube does, I keep thinking, oh wow, it's a lot, but it goes quickly. It just supplements the money I already get from benefits and carer's allowance. It just kind of slightly. So I always run out like near the end of the month, and then I don't get my money for like 2 more weeks. I have to wait till like the middle of the month to get my money. So when I've completely run out, and my mum will give me some money to get her cigs, I will see if I've got any YouTube money in, and it's like a small amount, and I will put that money in my account. I'm literally just using that money these days just for everyday like essentials, and that's it. Apart from my mum's cigs that are not an essential, but they are to her, and she definitely won't let me wheedle out of that one. Although I won't be doing that obviously when I leave home. So if you guys could, you know, any extras would be appreciated, because it's definitely helped. Like, I get, you know, I've got loads of members now who have joined the channel to see my, you know, the videos I make members only. And it's really great, you know, I really appreciate it. It helps a lot. But it only helps me to get slightly, like, keep my head above water. The amount I'm getting is somehow just not enough. That's cute decorations. Somehow still not enough for me to actually like get ahead at all. And it sucks. So any donations to paypal.me/royalrosewolf would be greatly appreciated, in order for me to, I mean, ideally I'm still trying to escape from my toxic situation. So I really could do with enough to actually be able to be like away from this hellhole, to be honest with you. So any, you know, help that you can give me would be appreciated, like a little extra. Like this is pretty much my job now. This is my, you know, you doing YouTube is like my job and my career and stuff, so. So this is pretty much, apart from benefits, is like the only way I'm actually earning money now. So anyway, that's the story. I think that's everything, but if I think of anything else, I'll do any follow-ups that are necessary. That is pretty much it of that story for now. There were probably other things that happened, but they were like the major key points that I've just given you. The major ones. I mean, it can be scary at times, like having to do this all alone. There is a content creator on YouTube that I have been following. She's always done these wonderful videos that apparently help people with their mental health, and she kind of acts like a big sister to all. And a lot of people said, like, I could have done with you as my mother or my sister or a friend, like someone local. And she's having to escape apparently a toxic situation as well. But she's got, like, she seems to have friends in real life that are helping her. Like, she's got a friend who's put her up, and I think a few other friends as well. And she's also got the support of like a big online following as well. She does loads of videos of her in like weird different outfits. Why is that man just looking at me like that? I don't know. Why are they looking at me? That is so weird. Then they were talking to each other, and then when he spotted me, he just kind of like looked and kept looking. And then the woman came to the window to look at me deliberately. That was weird. So yeah, I can't help but be kind of envious of her. This girl, not that woman. This girl. Well, I guess she is a woman. I can't help but be a little bit envious of her, that she's got friends in real life and a massive following on YouTube. I really wish I was like, you know, better with editing and could produce videos that like would get loads of views. But I don't roll that way. I don't know. I feel like anything I do would just be copying someone else. I never feel right about that, because I have thought about it, you know, and I thought it was a good idea at first, but then it's like, nah, I don't know. But I just like doing the videos I do. I think they're really good. I enjoy doing them. It's kind of like using my talents. Being big and fat is my talent. I could do videos like her. Again, it seemed very copycatish, so. She basically just role plays as different characters or even just being herself, where she's talking to the camera, where she finds somebody that like needs a help and she says like the right things for that person and gives them a lot of, you know, care. Like she'll give them a plushie or a cute little key ring or something and make them feel safe, I guess. So I think that's a really nice thing to do. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's ASMR. It's just like where she'll just be like out and about. Like you can imagine like just being out and about and you see somebody lost or in trouble, or they're a certain type of person, like a furry or Etherean, and she'll just kind of like role play her going up to them and kind of saying nice things to them. Like usually they've been crying or they're lost or something like that, and she'll just be like, I don't know, does that count as ASMR? I always thought that was to do with sounds. But she just talks normally, like she doesn't talk in like an ASMR voice or anything, or make noises. She just kind of talks to them, talks to the camera as if it's some like lost or in distressed child or person of any age really. And she also does roleplay videos where she'll play multiple characters, usually one of them being ignorant and the other one being the one that is the voice of reason. Like there's a lot of religious ones where she'll be like a preacher or something, the preacher being like, we don't accept gays or whatever, and she as one of the congregation will say all this voice of reason stuff about why, you know, gays shouldn't be excluded from the church or talked to like that. I don't know, stuff like that. I'm just not sure I could do stuff like that because I don't know that much about stuff like that. Like personally, my niche would probably be like I do want to help people in that way. It'd be nice if she kind of did that kind of thing actually, seeing as how she gets a lot of clout. Because there seems to be a big gap in the market for this. But people assuring lost souls that it's okay to be fat and that it's not a sin or the end of the world if you're fat. Because a lot of people are like, oh, having the slightest bit of fat on you is bad and this and all that. And that's how people become anorexic. And there's loads and loads of things, like celebrities, all the dolls, all the cartoons, and it's like very, you know, all the stuff that's like super popular, like models, dolls, K-pop people, artists, singers, and they're all very skinny and promoting being skinny, and little kiddies are seeing this, and they're just fucking thinking, this is how you have to look to be beautiful. This is how you have to look to be popular. This is how you have to look to be liked. Like, it's not even about health, so don't come at me saying it's about health. Because a lot of these people, it's about looks. And it's about being accepted, so, you know. It's like, you know. Now, this is like what's being marketed to young girls. I mean, I don't really follow K-pop, but I've heard it's very popular at the minute with children. But I bet they're all skinny as fuck. Like I say, I've not seen them, but I'm assuming they are. And I've seen that there's like this thing called K-pop demon hunters or something. And they're like stick figures. This is what kids are watching these days. It's like back when I was a kid. Fat characters were very prevalent in cartoons. There was loads of fat characters, and I fucking loved them. It was like fat fetish fuel for me. Because there was never any fat phobia surrounding these fat characters. It was always seen as hot or beautiful or a flex to be fat or eat a lot. Thank you. Yeah, it's wrong. You can be, I mean, you can be beautiful at any size, but I definitely promote fat because I do think it's really hot. Like, it's definitely something I'm really into. I'm into being fat. I'm into fat people. I'm into promoting fatness. Or at least, like I would never promote obesity, but I would promote looks-wise being normal size to overweight. I mean, I'm into other people being really fat, but I'm not really into, like, I mean, I don't really draw characters that are really, really fat because, I don't know, I never like the way they look. If I see other characters that are really fat, then I like them, but I never like the way it looks when I draw them, so I tend to draw them, like, smaller but fat. Like, they'll have a nice belly roll or something. That's what it's called. You know when a belly is overhanging and stuff? It's called a belly roll, or a jelly roll. That's kind of cool. I love jelly rolls then. Belly rolls. It's so hot. So I'm trying to promote that, like, you know. Yeah, I want to give kids fat fetishes. No, I'm just kidding. Not fat fetishes, but I want, you know, kids to see that it is hot. But I know that because this is kind of like 18 plus content, I can't really promote it to kids. But I would like to promote like a kid-friendly version. You know. Because I don't know, I'm just sick of hearing all the fat phobia. I've heard it like a fucking lot lately. It's been a while. Like, I've not heard it for a while, but like recently, in everything, someone's always making a comment about fat people being bad and it being unattractive and someone wanting to lose weight or being skinny being glorified. It's really annoying. Like I told you before that I watched these programs called Desperate Housewives and Scrubs, and every single episode they always make sure to add a skinny glorifying fat phobic joke or comment. Like, it doesn't even add anything, so it feels like it's just there to promote it rather than it being there to move the plot forward or be like a joke that's relevant to it. Unless it's just joking about how, oh, all girls want to be skinny or something. But no, because every single character in it is fucking skinny. Unless they're a side character or a temporary character or a background character. They're all... And I'm not talking about... Because I know a lot of people, when you say skinny, they think just like slim, just like normal size. It's like, no, I'm talking about... They look like stick figures. Like, their arms are like... I don't know, just... I'm looking at a tree right now. A very thin tree, and even that's fatter than their arms. And it's like, oh, why do you find that attractive? I love big arms. And they've got these pointy shoulders because they're bony shoulders, and they got ribs showing and hip bones sticking out. It's disgusting. They don't promote even just like normal slim. It's always like underweight. Like, clearly they're emaciated. And funnily enough, they sometimes have actually anorexic characters on it. Like, because it's obviously about hospitals, so they might treat the odd anorexic person. So they have like an anorexic. It's like, what's the difference between the anorexic person that they're treating and the nurse or doctor that's treating them that is skinny as fuck? Like, they're the same size. And they're acting like, oh, this nurse or doctor is normal size. But this person is anorexic just because they've got, like, bags under their eyes or whatever. Like, they always do the makeup so they look like they've got sunken in eyes and dark circles and stuff. And it's like, okay, so what's the difference apart from that? Apart from the fact that you've put makeup on them to make them look a bit more ill. Like, the actual main characters in it are the same size, if not smaller, than the alleged anorexic character. So you try to say they're all anorexic because that's how they look. And it's like, you can clearly see the type of, like, the size of women that they hand pick for these programs. and it's just wrong. It's like it was clear that they, I don't know, put out an ad saying female actresses wanted. They've all got to be fucking size double, triple beyond realistic. Like, you couldn't possibly be alive size 0, you know? It's like, what the fuck? It's like if they had a mixture of skinny characters, slim characters, thin characters, plump characters, normal size, chubby and fat. If they had a mixture with the main characters, I could vibe with that. As long as they didn't sort of promote that the skinnier ones were better. Because they always do that. As well as having all the main characters be skinny as fuck, they also always, like I say, make comments and jibes about how the skinny ones are really attractive or pretty or whatever. Or the slightest bit of weight gain is like the end of the world. Like, even if they gain like 1 pound or something. It's stupid. Oh, I hate it. So I want to kind of fight that, you know. Obviously, these were programs from the 2000s. Heck, the 90s and 80s. I noticed this because I'm also watching Cheers, which was filmed in the 80s, and even those, all the women main characters, or even characters that they kind of add on as temporary characters that are supposed to be alleged beautiful women, are always skinny as fuck. Like, they'll wear a dress with a belt and it's like the waist is like non-existent, and they always show their décolletage, which is just above the boobs and below like the neck, and it's always fucking bony as shit. And it's like, why are you showing all these women with just like bones sticking out? What is with this? Like, I don't even understand why they find that beautiful. Like, who has decided that that particular body size? And they always, like, okay, don't get me wrong, you can get some skinny people who are attractive. Like, they have really nice figures. You know, I'm not going to knock it. But they specifically always chose actresses with, like, the straightest, like, they don't have curves at all. So again, even skinny people can be curvy, hourglass shaped or pear shaped. So they still, like, go in at the waist and then out at the hips and stuff and have a decent bum and thighs and hips and everything. They always picked the ones with, like, straight bodies. They kind of look like a cartoon character where the body would just kind of like be a pill shape, and then their arms and legs would just be like these sticks. I hope you do find that niche. To be honest, the world needs more big girls being appreciated. Thanks for the streaming and to help pass the time at work. Indeed. Well, we're about to go in, and then you guys will see loads. I hope you don't go away. I know it's black right now. I'm out in the dark right now, but I'm going in a minute, and then you'll be able to see stuff. I found a bunch of tops and shirts that are, you know, like too small for me, so I was going to do like videos of me putting them on. And like, I could wear them on the stream. I was going to sell them, seeing as how they don't fit, because I really need to get rid of stuff and get money, so I don't really need a load of stuff that doesn't fit me hanging around. But I'll wear them once for you guys before I sell them. So far they're not selling, so I might have them for a while, but eventually they might sell, so I just want to warn you guys that. But you'll always have the videos, and I'll keep some of them, obviously. I will keep some of the videos. I will keep some of the tops that are too small. Just for you. Just for you. Come on, turn off, you stupid. Why is it working? See, how is it wrong? I hope you don't go away. We're just getting started. Well, I thought I was gonna be calling that person, but never mind. If they messaged me and I've not seen. Nope. Okay. Okay. So don't go anywhere. So yeah, the idea is to promote being, well, normal size, because I'm normal size, so. But yeah, being fatter, having meat on your bones, I feel should definitely be promoted. Now I'm going to take these off and turn them off, so let me know if you can still hear me after. Right, I've turned my headphones off. Can you still hear me? I took them out with me in case that Jim wanted to have a call. I said when I got home, I'd be going back out, and then we could have a call. But now, I told him I was back home, and he's not replied. I guess he's busy. We wanted to spend as much time together as possible while he still had his week off. We had our first official date yesterday. We did have a kind of unofficial first date on Saturday, but our proper first date was yesterday. Wow, look at those. That is awful. I wonder if there's any way that I could correct that. Can I ask you guys a question? Maybe this is out of your guys' knowledge, but if you had really bad eczema on your face, and you had said eczema for a very long time, like it was really bad for fucking years, and you're young, but starting to notice quite deep wrinkles, and the reason for these wrinkles is because of the eczema that has just lasted such a long time. At least I'd assume it was that. And how the hell would you reverse that? Like, correct it? At least minimize them. Because I'm kind of worried that because my facial eczema has been so bad for so long, that even when my skin does recover, it will just leave marks and just shitty skin behind, like wrinkled skin and puckered skin. You know, I'm worried that it will never be the same, because my natural skin is so beautiful, so clear and soft and smooth. I naturally don't have a lot of wrinkles. And heck, I started to get wrinkles when I was 16 because of my eczema. That's when it started to get bad on my face, and I started to get wrinkles at 16. When my skin finally kind of like cleared up, the wrinkles did minimize. They didn't completely go away, but they definitely did minimize quite a bit. But I'm worried that because like I've spent a lot of time, a lot of years having really bad facial eczema, and it's like not healing, it's not going away. I'm just worrying that it's just going to ruin my skin like permanently. Especially as I'm getting older, you know. It's like, oh, maybe it would age like quite slowly because I seem to have really good genes. But with this eczema, I feel like it's going to speed it up. Like it's going to, you know, make up for the fact that my genes are good and that my skin's naturally good. Just because my facial eczema's been so bad. I don't know what to do to reverse it. Obviously, I do need a solution first. I need to get rid of the eczema first. And then I need a way to, you know, like reverse the negative effects of having a really bad eczema. And I was taking collagen, but some woman told me that it's actually bad for you to take collagen, so I stopped. I still have the pills. I'll show you them right here. The pills, they're from Good Health. Collagen capsules. I got these, but I've been told that these are bad for you. Or like taking collagen is bad for you, I've heard. I don't know whether to believe that or not, though. I've heard that it's better to put collagen externally on your skin rather than take it internally for the best effects, but I wouldn't know what product to get because I'm afraid that if I get something to put on my face, it's going to sting. Like all these anti-aging ones tend to do, hence why I don't use anti-aging stuff. My mum says that just putting on normal moisturizing cream is enough to keep your skin young, and that all these anti-aging things are just a crock. Hi, Axanu. Good evening. I'm just about to get changed into an outfit that shows off my big, fat, sexy belly. Actually, I think I am wearing a suitable outfit. There you go. Let me just take the coat off and stuff. I'm going to put on more paws. Put on more ears. Put on more ears. Put on more paws. More paws. I'm not putting on more paws. Mew. These are more paws. This is the second shirt that is too small for me, by the way. But it's stretchy. And as you can see, it doesn't have the pockets. But I think it's still a really nice shirt. More paws. It feels weird when I do this. Why does it feel weird? Like it feels weird inside. Anyway, I'm promoting fat superiority. They're promoting fat supremacy. That's it, fat supremacy. Being big and fat is sexy and hot. Being skinny and disgusting is not. Look how powerful and sexy I look. Even though that feels weird when I do that. Boy, I do go to the doctor and say, hey, you know, when I jiggle my belly, it feels weird. What the hell is that about? They'll think that's super weird. I'll be like, oh yeah, I just jiggle my belly about like this and it makes it feel weird. Not super weird, only if I do this. I don't know. Do you think I have an infection? I don't know. So fat and sexy. Big blubber. The jiggliest, biggest, blubberiest, sexy. One such program I used to watch that had a fat fetish fuel for me was an episode of My Little Pony called The Glass Princess. The Glass Princess was a pig, pretty much. She was a big fat pig. She was definitely one of my fat inspirational characters, along with Ferdinand from the Tom and Jerry movie. More paws. So fat and sexy. Ow. See, when I do this, it feels really weird here. Like on the inside. Oh dear. I mean, that can't be good. If I bend over like this and then rub like the bottom of my back, it kind of feels a bit of like relief. What could that be? Ooh. Ugh. Check out how big and sexy this is. I think needing a wee probably doesn't help, you know. Yeah, my lower back's a little bit, feels weird. I don't know if it's my spine. I think it's like on the inside, it's weird. Oh, it's like a really weird sensation. I can't describe it. I've tried so many times. To the doctor. Ooh. They just think it's like a stomach issue, but it don't feel like my stomach. It feels like something else. So I know what stomach problems feel like. You know, I know what it feels like to have stomach ache or an upset stomach or stomach pains. This is different. Oh, I think they need to keep investigating. There we go. Now now it looks like it's overhanging. I do need a wee. That's probably not helping, you know. Also, thanks so much for the compliments, by the way. I appreciate it. Sorry about my underwear label. Stupid label. Oh god, that feels weird. If I make certain movements, it feels really weird. But it's always different. Oh, it's weird. It's such a weird sensation. How you guys doing? Are you enjoying the big, fat, sexy belly? I know I'm not really fat enough. But yeah, if I do this, it feels weird. Like in here. Ugh, I don't really want to go to the doctors again. I've been to the doctors like 50 million times. I'm sick of it. And I don't want any invasive procedures or tests. No. I don't want any more blood taken. I'm sick of getting blood taken. It's traumatic for me. Cute ears. Mew. Do you like my ears? Aren't they cute? Mew. 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 I am a little cold. I think I should go for that wee. So if you'll excuse me, I think I'm going to charge this up while I go for a wee. But don't forget to join the channel so you can see more, you know, sexy fat content. I've got some videos where I talk about how sexy and fat and powerful I am, and far superior than the skinny people. And trying on small tops and stuff that don't fit. Well, they do fit, but you know, they're tight on me. Some of them just barely. So cute. The other top had pockets. Well, that's been sold now, I'm afraid. But it's very similar to this one, so I kept this one and sold the other one. Whether that was the right choice, I don't know. I hope so. I do like it. I think, to be honest with you, I think the reason why I picked this one over the other one is because it's kind of cropped. As you can see, it kind of goes to here, where the other one like kind of goes a bit longer, I think. So this one's slightly shorter. So fat. So I could do this, and it's like, you're so hot. That's not blood, don't worry, that's a piece of red fluff. Red fluff. See how sexy that is. Imagine if I went out like this, wouldn't that be hot? Hipsters. Hipster. That's such a good look, isn't it? Okay, thank you for gracing us with the glimpse of the big fat sexy belly. That's what I say. Beautiful belly. Beautiful belly. Yeah, it's a different texture, the other shirt. This one's kind of, I don't know, like cotton. I guess it's cotton. So it's a bit softer. Whereas the other one's more colder, smoother material. I think it's cotton anyway, or cloth. It might be cloth actually, like a cloth material. Like, you know, dishcloths or like those fabric, I forgot, like handkerchiefs or whatever. No, not that. I don't know. But either way, it's slightly like a softer, warmer material than the other one, which is like a bit more colder. Like a Mac. Buttons struggle to contain you. Yes, please subscribe and join the channel for the never seen before content that no one else can see. Yeah, I think with the other one you can actually see my belly wobbling and rippling through the fabric, hence why that fabric was good. But this one's a bit more durable, so you know I can still wear this, and it's just fitted. So it's not too small for me, but it's small. You know, it does fit small, just not too small. I know people like stuff that's too small. Right, I don't know. I guess some people like fitted. God, this feels amazing. Why have I not thought to do this before? But you see, in what was it, like the 90s, was it? It's funny because I lived through that time, or early 2000s, and I didn't really see anyone dressed like this, but basically they had these like super flat stomachs, and they'd wear tops that were about this length, so they kind of sat just below the belly button, and they'd have this strip here of lower belly visible, and the hipsters like this, so their hips would just be like on display, maybe not that much, but, and all the freaking hip bones would be sticking out. My hip bones like here, I can barely feel them. I actually forgot what my hip bones felt like. I actually thought they were further down here, but they're actually here. That's my hip bones like here, like there, and then my hip plate's like, I don't know, here. Like this is my hip. It goes up here, and then my rib is like here. So my hip, my natural hip plate ends here, and then my ribs like begin like in there. So you know how with skeletons you get like ribs up here and then the hips like further down here, so you get this big gap. I have no gap. I literally just have, it's like ribs and then hip. So in other words, I have no gap here at all. My ribs go as far down as here. Like my ribs are very far down, and then my hips just like begin as soon as they end. Ugh, it does fit. Love the belly showing. It's so cool. So if I was skinnier, you'd probably, with this bit here and this bit here, you probably would see my hip bones. My stomach like pretends. Oh, I hate doing that. I can't do it. It feels weird. I told you it feels weird. Like it feels like there's something here. Wait, what the fuck's that? Oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh, I don't like the feel of that. There is one there, I think. Oh, that's weird. Hope it's just gristle. Did you say you just joined? Okay. Watch this. I could actually do this and make it into a crop top that way. I don't even have to tie it. It actually works better. You guys are so funny because before, when I wore a top that was this crop naturally, you complained and wanted the top longer. I guess different people want different things, but oh my gosh, I feel like I can't win. I can't win. It is cold though. I can't keep doing this. Shut up. Ew. It's so wobbly and ripply. What? Let's try tying it anyway. Look how big and fat and sexy I am. Anti-superior to all the skinny, disgusting people. Disgusting. How about this? It's a bit lower. You want me to do you mean this? I don't know. I really don't know what you mean. That just covers it. I don't know. Why do you want it like that? I'm cold. This is the fashion today, having it really high-waisted and then cropped off and then just showing this bit. Oh my god, that's so lame. It's gotta be like this. All the fatties should dress like this, crop top and low-waisted, to show off their big, fat. How much in heaven would we all be if everyone just started going out in crop tops and low-rise everything? You couldn't get anything else. Like, no, there's absolutely no other option except in winter. Like in winter, you can cover up because it's cold, fair enough. But in summer, everyone has to just show off their big, fat, sexy bellies. Skinny people, no, like they're not allowed. Like you can only get cover-up clothes in the small sizes. You can't like so if there's like a crop top, you can only get them in big sizes. Although then the skinny people just wear them. Oh shit! But it has to be made illegal. The skinny people are not allowed to wear anything that shows off their belly. Only fat people are allowed to wear. I know. How about this? There are no big sizes in tops that cover you up. So all the fat people are just forced to wear shit that shows off their big, fat, flabby stomachs. Right, anyway, I'm going to go for that wee now. I'll be right back. The fuck? Why are you spamming my chat? Don't do that, or I'll be forced to have to kick you off. I put my coat back on, I think. It's freezing. Oh, it's so finished. This is like a whole new episode there. Why the fuck is that noise outside? Why the fuck is that noise outside? I'm gonna go see. There's a weird laugh outside. Sounds very hysterical. There's them bloody foreigners over there. Can you hear it? Sounds like a weird laugh. Don't really know. Sounded like it was coming over from over there, though. Not from the foreigners.